A little bit of a background. I've always had medical problems as far back as I can remember. Chronic diarrhea, tiredness or exhaustion and pain were the primary symptoms. Most of my life the doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. In fact, as a child, they did find that I had my thyroid was slightly low, but they said it wasn't low enough to mess with. And they did find I was hypoglycemic. But at the same time, because I couldn't find anything clearly wrong, they told my parents I was malingering, and more or less to make me go to school and to make me work. I moved to Lakeland in '78, and about maybe a year after that, I got a kidney stone. At the time, I didn't know what it was. It turns out my family has a history of them, but I just knew I had this horrible backache that had me literally squirming in a ball on the floorboard of my dad's truck when he took me to the doctor. And the doctor just told me, oh, it's nothing but a backache, just go soak in a hot tub, it'll go away. And 8 hours later, I passed a stone that was probably 7 to 9 millimeters in size, and it had this sharp hook hanging off of it. These problems have grown over time, and back when I was living with my parents and all that, and even then working, the sorts of responses I would get from the doctors would be on the order of, there's nothing wrong with you, now get back to work. And doctors just didn't listen to me. My health finally got me at the point where I started my own business. I repaired robotics, computer-driven machine tools. I did this because with my health the way it is, I had to work at my own pace and I had to set my own hours. I can work as long as I can do that. I've learned how to focus my energy, my strengths in a short period of time, where I like being able to be here for 2 or 3 hours and drive home safely, and then I'll lay down and rest. But at that point, there was no health care. I couldn't afford it. I started my business and basically worked out of our mobile home. And our income has been below the poverty level or close to the poverty level my entire married life, which has been married over 25 years now. Anyway, kept on having problems with the health, and I developed another kidney stone. And this kidney stone put me in the hospital. It was so bad. And I was in the hospital for about a week. After I got out, this was just before one of the big recessions we had. I think it was in the late 80s or mid 80s. We had trouble keeping up with our bills, and the hospital called my wife and told my wife that we would be refused service or any sort of help unless we paid off our bills. She used our credit cards to pay off the bills, and then the recession hit. I could not keep up with my cards or any credit card payments or anything. And by the time it was done, we had paid off the principal. We owed more in penalties and interest than the principal. So we declared bankruptcy.